Welcome to Tansson TV Plus. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Mom.
Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yep, thank you for joining with us again.
Yeah, we always love doing this. And Mom, how's your day going thus far?
Brandon, my day's been going fine. How about yours?
I'm doing well.
Yes, are you ready to talk about another episode of S.H.I.E.L.D., Brandon?
I sure am. We're progressing quite nicely.
Yes, Brandon, you're correct. We are progressing quite nicely. We are on episode 16 called End of the Beginning.
And Mom, this released on April 1st, 2014.
Yes, and I know you and your brother have been looking forward to me seeing episode 16 and 17. And so I'll give just a brief synopsis and then we can talk a little bit. All right. And so in this particular episode, Sky actually becomes a true Shield agent. And then the agency has to figure out how they're going to find the clairvoyant. And so Coulson's group, along with some other agents that they've worked with in the past, they kind of divide up to try to figure out who the clairvoyant is. And so Peterson is also loose and is causing problems, and so they know they need to find him also. So, so I'm gonna let you guys watch the episode, but Coulson and the agents actually find a man who acts like he is the clairvoyant. He provides a little bit of information for them, and then actually Ward kills him. The agents were quite shocked when Ward did this, and so Ward has to go for questioning with Coulson. However, as much as everyone else seems to have wrapped this up, Coulson doesn't believe that they have found the correct person. And yes, we do take notes when we do this. So, in the meantime, Fitz realizes that May has access to a secure phone line that no one knows about. So Fitz tells Sky, and Sky tells Coulson. Coulson confronts May, and she initially denies it and says she doesn't know what they're talking about. And then she says everything is not as what it looks like. And then the plane then takes off without anyone knowing where it's going. In the meantime, in the next scene I should say, Agent Hand is giving directions and saying that Coulson is hers. And so I know it was kind of vague, but this is really the episode in a nutshell.
Well, Mom, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, Brandon.
And Mom, overall, what did you think about this episode?
I thought the episode was very fast paced. It was it. They did a nice job of kind of attempting to find the clairvoyant. I like the way they brought in other agents, so it wasn't just the initial small group of Coulson's people, but I like that they included other people in the search, and I like the way it was kind of divided out. Because Sky actually gave some direction and she kind of gave coordinates to one person, then information about the person they were seeking to another person. So she's trying to be kind of spread things out. Just in case there is something that's going on in my mind, in case there is something that's going on that's kind of internal, but whether or not she was foreshadowing that or not, I don't know. But um, but I thought they did a nice job of kind of having the group go into the field and dividing them up.
Yeah, I definitely think that they did a great job. And in this episode, we got a lot of our, full season or technically series up to this point list of recurring characters come back from John Garrett, Victoria Hand, Deathlock, Agent Tripp, Agent Blake, Agent Sitwell. I mean, we've had a lot of people come back in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. And I guess that's in a way, and it's nicely done, as a way to find out if there is some sort of leak within their own organization. What better way but than to bring them all together?
Yeah, and I know as we're watching this, as they found out towards the end that, this person isn't someone with psychic abilities, but Coulson and Sky predict that this is someone with security clearance.
Yeah, they do predict that someone has to have a security clearance in order to know what's going on. I thought it was kind of self-explanatory, but I'm the third person kind of watching it. So, but yes, they kind of realized that it must be from within.
Now, Mom, I know that you've had your share of predictions and thoughts and everything. for who this person or people may be, and before we head into this next episode, are you able to say what your predictions are?
Yep, once more, I'm going back to the Agent Hand. She is my person who I think is over everything. They alluded a little bit to it in this particular episode, but it's just an illusion, possibly. But my bet would be for Agent Hand. Now, the other person who's in cahoots with everyone, that'll be interesting to see how that kind of goes along, and that would be Agent May. Spoiler. That would be Agent May right now, who Coulson is questioning.
And I thought what was so interesting with this is that obviously we see that Agent May seems to be keeping tabs on somebody.
Yep, we do see that Agent May is keeping tabs on someone, and we could tell that she knows a little bit more about Coulson, or she's reporting Coulson to someone that was established within the last episode or so.
But what I thought was interesting was sort of her response. I mean, um, once she found out that someone was tampering with something, like she didn't just go to investigate. I mean, she pulled out her gun. I mean, it was an icer, but still.
Yeah, she intended to hurt someone. And so that's what kind of makes you a little worried, when you know that she's going out to hurt someone. However, at the same time, I don't think that she is bad per se. She's just done something. And the question is, what has she done and who is she speaking to?
You have any thoughts or predictions on that?
I'm pretty sure she's been speaking to Hand the whole time period. The question is she speaking to Hand in the sense that she suspects Hand and she's speaking to a higher authority, or is she speaking straight to Hand? So that, to me, that's the question.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a good thought. And then I mean even with the intent of hurting someone, I mean when Fitz was going after her, I mean she shot at him like 3 times.
Yes, she did. She sure did. And Fitz knew he was in danger.
Yeah, and not to skip Fitz right now, but just going through the list. I know we said that Sky, she's now officially a Shield agent. Do you think this is about time?
Yeah, I think it. Yes, I do think it's time for Sky to become a Shield agent, and I was happy to see that they did that for her, and I was happy to see the rest of the team come out and support her.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was well deserved. And even Victoria Hand, who I thought was interesting because she was smiling almost the whole episode, but that even she was there congratulating Sky, even if correcting and say, you're good, for a level 1 agent.
Yeah, yeah, she did throw that in there. Well, Brandon, I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode.
Yeah, I definitely am too. I will say this is probably only the second time, maybe, that, like, I mean, of us watching it, that you seem very eager to go into the next one.
I know, I know. Yes, I'm looking forward to see how this kind of wraps up. But as we've talked about offline, the season's still not over, so there's still some other things they're going to have to tackle if they finish everything, at least the clairvoyant portion of it on episode 17.
Yeah, and you had some predictions right before we taped about some of what might go on, or your thoughts.
Yeah, these are just general thoughts. I think they're going to wrap up the clairvoyant thing in episode 17. But I also know that Peterson's still out there, so they're going to have to find him and figure out what to do with him, and then let him reunite with his son.
Yeah, and you also had a thought about Agent Garrett.
What did I say about Agent Garrett? Oh, yes, I did have another thought for Agent Garrett. I wanted to know if Sky happened to be his daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I think the show is full of fun little twists and turns, and so yeah, definitely, I'll say just keep on watching.
All right, I sure will. All right, we thank everybody for watching.
Yes, we definitely do. And Mom, before we actually end out, I did actually want to go through sort of the rest of our thoughts to at least document them here before we finish.
All righty, what else am I supposed to think about?
So what are your thoughts about the whole Ward situation?
I think that Ward was told to shoot this particular gentleman. It could have been May, and maybe it was subliminal.
Yeah,
That's just my thought.
and I thought was interesting is that earlier in this, Agent Tripp was saying that he would kill the clairvoyant, and it was Ward telling him that that's not our mission. So to see Ward sort of be the one to take the extra step, definitely I
Yeah.
found intriguing.
Yep, I found that intriguing too.
And yeah, and let's see, who did I miss? Simmons is completely going against what Coulson said and going straight to the lab.
Yes, I saw that. And I'm not quite sure how this. Well, this will all blend in because the clairvoyant's going to want to know what exactly it was that that helped Colson, and then of course what helped Sky also, and and Simmons would be the one to know how this drug works.
Yeah, she definitely would be. And I believe the only two main agents we haven't spoken about are Coulson and Fitz. Did you learn anything about them in this episode?
I didn't learn anything else about it. I mean, Fitz we see is very loyal, and then who was the other one you said?
Yeah, Coulson.
Colson. Well, Colson's just on a journey, and so I think for him, everything will fit together once he finishes his journey.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. And then I know I said for our recurring characters, Deathlock is out there somewhere. Victoria Hand went back to the hub. Uh, Agent Garrett, I forgot where they say he was. Is he sticking around?
I can't remember where they said he was going.
Okay, and I know Agent Tripp is with Simmons at the hub, and then Agent Blake is now in critical condition, thanks to Deathlock, and then Agent Sitwell is, I think, being called back to headquarters.
Yeah, I believe you had that right, Brandon.
Yeah, and I guess as my final thought question, or whatever, I guess a two-parter. So one, um, yeah, the Deathlock definitely put Agent Blake in critical condition, and so this is definitely a interesting step because Deathlock, or Mike Peterson as he is or used to be, was there from the very first episode. So now we see that he is very dangerous.
Yep, he is dangerous, and I think that's one of the issues with this particular drug. Of course, that they were giving these people in order to enhance some sort of ability.
Yeah, and so do you think there's any redeeming for him?
Um, so if he That is a good question. I don't know. I think the way they're going to redeem him is by sending him, showing him to his son again.
Okay, that's a good thought. And then I guess my last question is heading into the next episode titled Turn, 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 episode 17. Any thoughts or predictions or anything?
No, not yet. Just think that Agent Hand's going to play a large part of it.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Well, Mom, are you ready to head into the episode?
I'm ready to head in, Brandon.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.